Hello dear friends, today I am going to introduce the digestive system. Uh, a digestion system is the one system, the 11 system, which main function of the digestive system is to take food in and turn the food into the usable energy or storable energy and ultimately deposits of the unusable products that you consume. Okay. It is consist of series of organs like starting from the mouth, the esophagus, stomach, and small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and as these are the main GIT tracts organ. Okay, then digestive system is the first step of the process nutrients from the food. Number one is ingestion is number first, and second is digestion. Third is absorption. The fourth is elimination. Ingestion and digestion. I will going to little bit introduce each terms. Okay. First, ingestion means eating food and drinking water. Okay. Digestion means it's the breakdown so the food into molecules that are small enough to be absorbed by the body. It is also two serious mechanism. First, mechanical digestion, chewing and grating food into small pieces increase the surface area. Second is chemical digestion. The breakdown chemical binds of the molecules like carbohydrate and proteins and lipid into the monomer, such like sugar and amino acid, glycerate by fatty acid, by head of carbohydrate, by amylase, and a protein by proteolytic enzymes, and lipid by lipids. Okay, this enzyme for the head for digestion complex molecule to the monomer molecules. Okay, for ready for the digestion. Then hydrolysis reactions that are carried out by the enzymes. Now, absorption and elimination. Absorptions is the cell absorbed small molecule like monomers and allows them to enter into the circulatory system for the immediate use or be transported to storage organs for the later usage. Elimination means remove and digest food or waste or feces. Okay, just elimination. Digestion system is the concept of two parts. First is number one is the digestive tract. It started from the mouth and esophagus and stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectums, and anus. These are the main GIT tracts. Then second is going to the external glands and organs, starting from the salivary glands and pancreas and liver and gallbladder. These are the main function to secrete the digestive juice and enzymes into the digestive tract for the digestion. Okay. Now you see here, we know that a GI tract is a series of organs. Parts is starting from mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, duodenum, and jejunum, ileum, and large intestine. In total, how much we have to total much meters uh, uh, in the GI tract. So, okay, it's a predicted length. It is really it is your homework to have to predict. But I will show you the actual length of each of this organ. Started from the mouth. Mouth is around the 0.15 meter, and pharynx is 0.05 meter, and esophagus is 0.25 centimeter. Stomach is 0.25 centimeter. Duodenum is 0.2, and jejunum is 2.8. Ileum is the longest part, is 4.2 meter. Large intestine is around 1.5 centimeter, and total is around 9. 1.5 total is around 9 meter. To start from the play the role in the ingestion mouth. Main role of mouth is ingestion and digestion. Now teeth and tongue, heart plates aids in the mechanical digestion. I will only here basic description. I'm going to through this lecture, and you have to study details. Further details is your yeah, responsibility to study more detail, like mouth, study from the tooth, teeth and tongues, parts of tongues, and hard palates and functional hard palates, teeth, tongue is very useful. If you start now in physiology, you will be very easy to start. Okay, tongue moves food down to the esophagus. Salivary glands aid in the chemical digestion. Salivary main secretes or release the saliva around 1 liter per day. It's actually saliva is composed of watery liquid contain digestive enzymes. Okay, salivary amylase begins to break down the starch into the small carbohydrate. Now salivary amylase, then it's also have for the lubrication. For the chewed up food is now it is called bolus in the mouth. Okay, after located behind the trachea, esophagus. Okay, esophagus is just located behind the trachea, and as you swallow, the epiglottides closed over the trachea, and the food bolus passes through the pharynxes into the esophagus. The bolus is pushed through the esophagus by the series of muscle contraction. Contraction is called peristalsis. This is a process, very important terms. You will see often in the GIT tract. Okay, GIT system or digestive system. Heartburn. It's the mainly caused by the cardiac symptomatic, uh, uh, abnormalities like if the sphincter is open at an inappropriate times, the stomach acid, stomach acetylcholine, and can flow back into the esophagus, causes these symptoms. Okay, esophagus does not have the same protective lining in the stomach. Okay, now I'm going to little bit discussions here. You know that GI2 tract is the series layer. Okay, they have started from the mainly four layers present in the innermost layer is mucosa and submucosa, and muscularis and layer, and the last is adventitia or serosa. Okay, in start below the um, diaphragm is called mostly in the peritoneum is called mostly outermost lining of the GI tract is called serosa, and within the esophagus or gas, thoracic is called adventitia. Okay, it's relevant with the peritoneums and retroperitoneum. Okay, now we are going to little bit study further details of the stomach. Stomach is purportedly like elastic nature and muscular sac with a protective lining. There are millions of gastric gland or G gland, parietal gland, chief gland, C gland, which produce the different types of hormones, enzymes for the digestion and protective. Stomach can contain around 2 liters. Okay, capacity. Then of course it also going to same like mechanically and chemically digestion take places. And the stomach many chemically digestion take place, like for example the hormone gastrin and stimulate gastric gland to release the gastric juice. For the gastric juice, you know that they have mainly function to hydrochloric acid break, stimulate hydrochloric release, and which break down apart cells, and mainly the microorganism key the microorganism, especially bacteria. Okay, now enzymes also contain enzyme like pepsin for the proteins and mucous lubrications and protections. Also mechanical digestions like stomach muscles churn. Now you see churns and bolus. You say we come bolus becomes acidic nutrient rich liquid. Now it is called chyme. Small intestine. Now we go to small intestine. Chyme passes through the pyloric sphincter and into the small intestine, peristalsis. Then long narrow tube where the digestion is completed and absorption begins. And we know the small intestine in three parts: duodenum and jejunum and ileum. Now we are going to a little bit about description of duodenum. Duodenum is mainly received for the bile from the liver and pancreas, pancreas juice, as well as gallbladder secrete into the duodenum to help with the lipid digestion. As the pancreas told him, secretes pancreas juice into the duodenum for the neutralizes the acidic chyme. Pancreatic amylase for the digestion for the uh, carbohydrate trypsin, and chymotrypsins for the protein digestion, and pancreatic lipase for digest for the lipid, and lipid and fats, and small intestine release enzymes to work. So you see here bile, liver here, bile is present. Bile is synthesized and produced by the liver, and storage and concentration in the gallbladder, released into the duodenum. Okay. Now, when you know the acidic chyme is present entered to the duodenum, what will happen? Here some pancreatic juice, as well as here some carbohydrate release of gland present in the duodenum, which is neutralized the acidic chyme. Because why this should be, because acidic is chyme will be very will be harmful or damage to the inner layer of the mucosal layers of the GI tract. Okay, we have to make neutralize it. Now jejunum ileum. Now you know that all these small intestine main character, they have some villi, and they have uh, villi is the main most common. Okay, jejunum is contains more villi. Okay, therefore the most more absorption take place here, and breakdown of the remaining polypeptide and carbohydrates here. Okay, ileum is absorption push remain and digested matter into the large intestine. Ileum is the longest part of the GI tract, which is main function is to absorption. Remain part of the absorption take places in the small intestine. Then it remains pushing to the pass to the large intestine. Now large intestine is end digest material pass through this through the between the sphincter between the ileum and cecum, then starting the absorption of water and dissolved materials. You see here, and then it's going to ascending colon. Large intestine also three parts: ascending colon, transverse colon, descending, and here also we get small colon as here rectums. Okay. Now intestinal bacteria produce vitamins here. Vitamin mainly vitamin K. Okay. Yeah, flora, bacteria flora. Now, indigestible material faces pass through the rectum to the anus. It means elimination. Okay, anal sphincter help to control timing of elimination. You see, this is a villi, one villi, which is main function is increase surface area, and the small and large intestine are folded to increase the surface area, and therefore the increase the absorption take places. Now we see within the fold in small intestine, there are finger-like projection called villi, which main function to increase the surface. Okay, for the digestion. Lactal absorbed fat and lactal fat and fat soluble vitamins. Capillaries absorb glucose and amino acid and mm, minerals and water soluble vitamins. Okay. Now this is my last slide. It is very important. It's series wise regulatory of the digest process. We know that digestion, when mainly digestion is starting from the stomach. Of course it was starting from the mouth, but mainly starting from the stomach. When food in the reach to the stomach, what will happen? Gastrin release the by the stomach mucous cell, and gastric, then what will have it's into the circulations in the blood and return to the stomach by the gastric or stimulate the secretion of acetylcholine, again hydrochloric acid, and pepsins, which is the enzyme, and which they increase the mortality of the stomach. This is the two ways of the process here. First is what will happen, release of the increase of small mortality and increase delivery of acidic coming to the small intestine. Then what will there another release is of cholecystokinin is GIT hormone, which is increase the what happen intestinal mucus released by intestinal mucus, which they have two function, mainly release of the bile from the gallbladder and emulsify the fats. Okay, second is release of the digestive enzymes from the pancreas for the digestion of food. Now another way is another chemical release is release of the secretin, which is a hormone which is produced by the in small intestinal mucosa, which is main function release of the bicarbonate for the solution for the neutralize the acids. Okay, finally for the digestion of food. Thank you so much. Have a good day, and I hope it will be a little bit helpful for your beginning of the starting or revise your knowledge.